interview. So glad to finally get you, man.
Hey, listen, we here.
Hey, it's Miss Ericka J, and I'm about to interview a good friend and homie, Wade Menendez. If you have not heard of his work and everything he's doing, you're in for a treat. Wade is a celebrity barber. He is a musician, and he's a motivational speaker / preacher. And he just released his book on February 20th. And he has gone through so many trials, tribulations, ups and downs, and endured so much. But right now, he is the most wanted in his field. From CNN to Essence to you name it. He's been flown all over the country to do what he does and share his success story. So come in and check out my up close and personal conversation with my homie, Wade the Barber. Hey, it's Miss Ericka J, and we're here with NTV, and I'm sitting down with my longtime homie, Wade the Barber. Wade, in case you don't know, I mean, literally, you had to have been under a rock. But man, this guy is killing the game.
Man, thank you.
Wade the Barber Menendez.
I appreciate that.
I don't even know where to start with you.
Man. Hey, you know, listen.
Wade and let me start here. I've known Wade for a very long time. I believe we were teenagers.
Yes.
I was starting out in production, doing concerts and stuff, and Wade's a musician. And Wade's just running around cutting everybody's hair. Yeah. And sewing and making an investment into what he is today. Yeah. He's the barber to the stars. Let's start there.
Hey, just a few.
I can remember being in the music industry, especially on the gospel side, running the various recordings and stuff, and Wade would be in the back cutting everybody's hair on the set of Dr. Bobby Jones Gospel, the Stella Awards, everything. Let's talk about your start as a barber. Let's start there.
Man, well, I've been a barber professionally for over 15 years. Started, you know, at a little shop around here in Anne Arundel County, and then then I opened my own spot. But then, you know, I've been, me being a musician, I've been cutting a lot of musicians' hair, a lot of gospel artists and stuff like that. Started with Lil Mo back in barber school. She used to come to the barber school, and that's kind of how I got my start in like doing celebrities and stuff like that.
Wow,
Lil
Mo.
Yeah, she used to come to the school and get her neck done and all that stuff. And I started like traveling with her for a little bit. So yeah, it's been a dope journey for real. Yeah.
To see where you were then and how you've moved to where you are now. Let's talk about that journey.
Yeah, man. Lord, I mean, I think.
And what fueled that?
Well, I mean, I think, well, first of all, like, barbering, it runs in my family. My father would cut our hair. My grandfather could cut. My great-grandfather had one of the first black barbershops in West Palm Beach, Florida. My uncle was a barber, so it kind of run in the family.
Okay,
you know
so this is heritage.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's a whole thing. It's a whole situation. So wow. I never thought that I, would be a barber, though. You know what I mean? I know I had a fascination with my haircuts and cutting my own hair. I started cutting my hair when I was like 12, you know what I mean? Like just jacking myself up. I used to get teased in school and everything because I had bald spots. And so I used to cut my hair with a little big razor. Wow. I had even like the joint you shave your legs and stuff with. I used to cut my hair with that, like just get the loose ends, and I would nick myself all the time, whatever. But after a while I got it down or whatever. So I was a paper boy. I did maintenance with my dad. I did retail. I got fired from jobs and stuff like that. Like it was a whole thing. And then once I got to, I did like 2 years of college, and I tried to work a 9 to 5 and go to college as well. It just wasn't working for me. I tried everything. Then it was like, you know what? The only thing I'm really passionate about is being a barber. And so I went to barber school, learned it to another level, and then I found out this is what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean?
So that would be, and I used to. It's funny that you put out. I still have my T-shirt. I still wear it.
Yeah.
So I have a Wade Mendez T-shirt that says, "Do what you love, love what you do."
Yeah,
and I've always
crazy.
said, when you do what you love, it's not work.
No,
you literally turn your passion into your paycheck, and that's what you have done.
Yeah.
And so many people, those of you that don't know, outside of barbering, as he mentioned, he's a musician, and Wade's a preacher.
Jesus. Oh, I just speak to the people sometimes. That's all right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a motivational speaker.
Yeah. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Nah, people classify you as a preacher like you hooping and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
No, this young man got sound word in him.
Yeah, I just. So
this is a man of God.
My God.
This is a man of God.
Lord. No,
and
that's
I'm sure you attribute so many of your gifts and everything you've done and are doing to that.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I know I wouldn't be anywhere without God, honestly, man. I believe that's why the Lord has me in this place. Me, traveling all over the world, putting me on platforms, putting me on TV and different things like that because of my faith and the things I've been through. I give the glory all back to Him, man. Honestly, I can't take any credit for anything. Honestly, He's given me the gift. He's given me the wherewithal to do what I do. So I know I'm on assignment and I'm operating in purpose. So when you understand that, you really can't take no credit for it. Mm-hmm. And it's about being humble and staying humble because you can be up today and down tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it's it
and
ain't about you.
The funny thing is, people call the state of Maryland, Baltimore, we're known for hair and barbering. Mm-hmm. Some of the best come out of our area. Yeah. But you have found a way.
My God.
To step above just being a barber. It's like miraculous. Yeah. Like you're performing miracles around here. Man. Signs and wonders.
Hey, yeah. Nah, it's dope. So what happened? I one day I was at the shop and there's a young lady named Brittany. Man, she pulled out this braid hair, adding hair to dreads. I never knew that was even possible. Mm-hmm. Like when people would come in with their hair thinning, she ended up putting hair, adding hair to their dreads, and they had a full head of dreads now. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So I never really, I always see the Remy, the Brazilian, the normal weaves, but I was like, yo, I didn't know that we could do that. So I ended up having a client, Elliot. He's actually one of my. I met him in college. And he a clown, man. Anyway, so
I love Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot crazy, bro. We was in the shop. And I was like, yo, it got me. We could make this stick to people's head. He, man, just sit on my head. I sit it on Elliot's head. I just sit the loose hair on his head or whatever. But, I didn't know how to, make it last or stick. You know what I mean? So I ended up doing a sewing on another guy. And then from there, man, it went viral. We call it the hair units. People know it as man weaves, but, the hair units. And so from there, man, I've been just adding to what I do, growing and learning different techniques and different styles. Now I'm teaching classes. I probably at this point taught almost 1,000 people how to do it all over the world. People travel from all over the world, from the UK, from France, from the islands to come and get the service and also to learn. So it's been dope, man. Honestly,
you have literally.
Yeah.
Taken this whole thing by storm. And it's all, and I watch your work. Yeah. I mean, even before then, you're one of my favorites. Thanks. And in this industry, we always have to stay innovative, trying to figure out the next thing. And you found your niche, and this has been like a huge money maker for you.
Yeah, man, it's been a blessing. Like for real. I never thought, because I was doing it for fun. You know what I'm saying? We was like, yo, let's do it. Of course it's a need. And I strongly believe if you fulfill a need, you'll always be in business. You know what I'm saying? If you're fulfilling a need, people will always come to you because they need that need fulfilled. You know what I mean? So that's business 101, But at the end of the day, I didn't think that it would be as big as it is now. You know what I mean?
Huge.
And it wasn't like I'm the one that invented it or started it particularly, because people have been doing it in Hollywood for a long time. You know what I mean? Now I think I've mastered how to make it look natural and look like it's part of your hair, and I think that's why I've gotten so much
miracles,
you know what I mean? So
signs, and wonders. I mean, the befores and the afters are literally mind blowing.
Yeah,
that's a God-given gift, and while you could do this and just kind of dominate the industry. The fact that you have taken the time to offer the classes, and even you do webinars and all of that.
Online classes.
So even if you don't come here, people can learn the class online.
Yeah. So I've had people take the class from like Israel and different countries and stuff. That's why I did it, because there's so many people from different countries was like, I want to learn, but I can't come to the States to learn it. You know, so I did the online class, and it's been well. This whole thing though, man, I forgot to mention, because I think this was an answer to a prayer, for real. Mm-hmm. At one point, because I was like, at one point, I wanted to learn how to do female hair, like women's hair, because it was a bigger ticket, you know what I mean? There's more money.
And women love men in their hair.
Yeah, and I know it, because what happened was, one of my boys, so him and his wife got a shop. He a barber. His wife do hair. They got a shop together. She taught him how to do hair. And he hit me, was like, bro, the money I'm making right now doing hair. He was like, man, I don't even want to cut no more hair.
And the sad thing is, sad but funny reality is, you don't even have to be good at it.
Right.
Just the fact that you're a man and you're doing my hair. Yeah. And you ain't hard on the eyes. Listen.
Hey.
It's a woman's dream.
So that's why I wanted to try to get into it. But that wasn't my lane. I think, I had the mindset right, but it was like, maybe that's not what I need to do. I was like, okay, God, listen, I need to make more money without killing myself. You can only do with so many people a day.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, all right, so how am I going to do this? You know what I mean? And that's when the whole hair unit stuff, that's when that came up maybe about 4 months after I prayed that prayer, and was like, all right, God, what we going to do? How we going to do this? You know what I mean?
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
He prayed about it.
Man.
Okay. That's another key to success.
Heck yeah.
Dropping jewels.
And so I didn't realize it until after the fact it happened. I was like, man, this is it right here, And it took a little time for me to really make the money I'm making now, but still, it was a blessing. Eventually, I stopped cutting as much, you know what I mean? And now I'm full-time doing units. I still cut a little bit on, like maybe on Fridays or whatever, just to kind of keep my loyal clients that's been rocking with me or whatever. But yeah, man, it's mind-blowing.
Now, you, like myself, not that long ago, lost your well, I lost my dad before I lost my mom, but losing your dad, how did that affect you business-wise?
Honestly, well, it affected me two ways. I actually, after losing my dad, I went through a state of depression because I also lost my dad and my wife in the same amount of time. So I went through a divorce and losing, and that's two big losses, you know what I mean? So when you have that, man, and I talk about that in my book, that's not fun. I went to see a counselor. I picked up drinking a lot. Sometimes I didn't want to come home. It was just a lot of things happening. I didn't feel like I had people that I could talk to about it. You know what I'm saying? So I also had...
We're the same person.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I had to... I feel like I had to be strong for my mom and my family and the church and all that stuff or whatever. But I didn't. I wasn't grieving properly.
You don't get a chance to grieve.
Yeah.
I'm living that.
Yeah. That's facts. And I tell everybody, we as African Americans, a lot of times we won't go see a counselor, but it's needed. It's really needed. It helped me a lot. It definitely did help me a lot. And sometimes just to talk to somebody that's not going to look at you, because sometimes people can have biased opinions, and somebody that doesn't know.
How about somebody that doesn't know you? That's what I was getting ready to say.
You know what I mean? And that's why I even went further out. I'm like, I went to some random person. I know you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to be able to sit and just talk, cry if you need to, get it all out.
Scream, cuss,
all of it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like my dad was sick. You know what I'm saying? He was a big guy, but he wasn't like sick, so we didn't have no signs of him. Just I literally seen that dude that morning, and then that evening I'm at work. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, get home. Like, what? What do you mean? So you know what I'm saying? And then losing my wife and stuff like that. Whatever. It was a hard time. It affected me. I kind of slacked on my work a little bit in that season, but then it also fueled me to go to the next level.
It's like a good and bad,
yeah. After a certain point, it was like, all right, bro, you gotta get it together, man. You know what I mean? And I also saw how me going through that. I needed to go through that so I can have a greater testimony. And it's like sometimes you got to go to your lowest so God can raise you to your highest place. And I had to go through, because sometimes we say we trust God and stuff like that, but when we really get down,
when stuff like this happen, you be like, for real, God, like seriously.
Yeah, and you make it about you, but it's really not about you. It's really to make your testimony greater, so He can bring you through this major thing, so you can share and help other people that's going through the same thing. So you just got to ace the test, you know what I mean? And it's a greater story that happens when you really understand purpose and understand what you're here for. So yeah, I was able to get through all of that.
And be able to produce something like this.
Yeah.
So on February 20th,
my God,
Wade released this book, The Success Factor: 12 Keys to Help You Win in Life.
Yeah, my God.
Let's talk about this a little bit.
Yeah. So I decided to do a book. I mentor a lot of people. A lot of people ask me like, "Yo, how did you get to where you are?" And a lot of people ask me for guidance on a lot of business things, on my journey, or how to, what did I have to go through. People will be like, "Yo, I'm motivated and inspired by what you're doing." So I figured to put everything into a book instead of having to share my story through text and Instagram every day. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, let's put it into a book. A lot of people think success, they see me on TV, they see me on a lot of outlets online and different stuff like that.
The dues you paid along the way.
It did not come easy, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't happen overnight. I've been grinding, like I said, since I was 12, you know what I mean, professionally for over 15 years. And a lot of people want success and they want to, they don't want to put no work into it. Mm-hmm. So, that's why I got the book as well. And it's not all about money. A lot of people think success is about, being famous and having money. At the end of the day, no. You have to have your character intact, your integrity intact, you know what I mean? You got to let your pride go sometimes. Be humble. There's a lot of arrogant people out here, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's character building, and I feel like those are keys to being successful. A lot of people have talent, they have gifting, but they don't have what it takes to keep them in those places. Mm-hmm. A lot of us are very talented, you know what I'm saying? Actually, you could be successful.
And it's a lot of talented people sitting home.
Exactly. My point exactly. You know what I mean?
Because they lack certain things, and they can't be trusted. But that is not. I can honestly say, from the moment you and I connected, your spirit, your humbleness, your drive, your everything has been consistent.
Thank you.
And even your support to me, let me publicly say, Wade has always supported me. Yeah. And it's nothing for you when you're in town to come to stuff and support people and push other people. Yeah. And that's just who you are, and that's who you've been.
Most definitely.
And I absolutely appreciate that about you, and I admire that about you just as a person.
I appreciate that. Most definitely, man. I mean, that's what it's about, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's about support, and you can't get to that next level by yourself. You always have to support other people. You have to also have a team. I talk about that in the book as well. Developing your team and developing people that you can partner up with to do different things as well. But yeah, man, you need people. You need relationships. You know what I mean? So it's about building healthy ones, man.
Healthy. Say that again.
You need healthy relationships.
Because every relationship is not healthy.
Yeah.
And every assignment has to be alignment as well. They work together.
Yeah, they do.
And you figured that out as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because the key is the fact that some connections can make or break you and where you go.
Yeah.
And it has worked for you. Yeah. What were some of the most challenging things in this journey for you?
Oh, man. I mean, like I said, losing my dad, going through a divorce, also having, people that I've invested so much time. I've helped get their businesses up and running and they're, barbers, stylists, different things like that, and then you walk in the shop and they station cleared out. They ain't give you no heads up, no notice. That stuff hurts because I've invested, I've helped you, and not even a thank you, or we just out, you know what I mean? Different stuff like that, you learn a lot about how people move, man. And so now I've learned to deal with things a little differently, a little better, because I'm a caring, I'm a genuine dude. So when I fool with you, I fool with you. You know what I mean? So just learning how to navigate a little differently. You learn so much, man. You learn so much. So now when things happen, I'm not as affected.
Yeah,
you know
it doesn't, because it can knock the wind out of your sail.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely.
So blindsided.
Yeah.
You have 2 locations, correct?
Yeah. One in Glen Burnie and one in Hyattsville. So we one is near Baltimore, one is near DC. So yeah.
So you found a way to bridge the gap.
Yeah, because I was having the Glen Burnie. I've been always based in Anne Arundel County, and a lot of people were coming from DC and Virginia to come get haircuts, and it's like they were like, "Man, you gotta get something closer to DC, man. That traffic crazy. They late for their appointments all the time, stuff like that." So I was like, "All right, let me just find something near DC to try it out." It was more so like a test run, and then it just worked out. Like we've been rolling for about 5 years now, going on. Actually,
that's the second location, right?
The second location, yeah.
And then you started a 501c3.
Yeah. The Wade H. Menendez Foundation about 2 years ago. I believe you definitely need to give back. You have to, we're not here just to gain money and different things for ourselves. You have to help the community, you know what I mean? So into the community. So I do a lot of give backs with the local schools and the homeless as well. I take different cities and I go and do makeovers. Like I love taking something and helping and making something.
You've definitely figured that out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the homeless, we like to do that. We give them food, clothing, put them in a hotel for the night, give them resources to get back on their feet if they want it. Also helping with mental health, because the main thing, a lot of homeless people have mental health. Mental health is probably one of the number one diseases in America right now. So a lot of people are dealing with it on different levels. So we're trying to, get them help with that as well, resources. We also do scholarships for people trying to go to college, and also like trade schools and stuff. So, yeah.
So let's take you to a place. I'm a young man or woman, and I'm in a desolate, maybe even hopeless place mentally, where I know you've been.
Yeah.
And you can share that you were there. What would you say to that person?
Man, I would say, honestly, you can get out of that place that you're in. A lot of people, some of us don't see hope. We don't see ourselves being better or being out of that place. You think that the cards you're dealt is what you have to deal with. There's nothing else. That's your lot. That's where you're supposed to stay. But no, you can be. You can come out of it. You can be better. You don't have to live in that position, in that state that you're in. It's just really seeing your worth, seeing who you are, and going after your dreams, going after what it is that you want to do, your passion, man. I always believe you find your passion, find out what you're passionate about, and go after that with all your might. You know what I mean? It's really just seeing your worth. Honestly, I think that we lack that, man, and I think that's really where it starts, man. Like that self-esteem part is just that's it. And I don't want to be too deep and spiritual, but we really have to
just speak who you are.
No, you know what I'm saying? No, we have to rely on God to really help us with those things, man. And some people have lost their faith in God, man. My prayer is for God to show Himself mighty in everybody's life that has lost their faith in Him because of whatever the situation. Maybe they have been church hurt. They may have seen some things that turn them off from God, or they feel like God did this to them, but that's not the case. A lot of things you have to go through, so it makes you stronger, and you have to go through it with flying colors. These are things that make you stronger. You have to see the greater picture. You know what I mean?
Even with going through a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
being the young man you are, with everything going for you,
Yeah.
everything seeming right, everything business wise,
Yeah.
but then home, and then the lack thereof, and then losing love and going through divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you haven't given up on love.
Nah. At first I did though.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah, at first I did. I was like, man, I'm never getting married again. This is what I'm not doing. This is crazy. Nah. But I mean, you have a season where that happens, and you live and you learn, man. At the end of the day, you can't let a bad situation, and not saying the person was bad, that it just didn't work out for you guys, and so you can't let that deter you from loving again. Like, that's crazy. It's just like because you had a bad piece of chicken from one place, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never eating chicken again. No, that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? That was that place that, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you got to live and you got to, give things a try. And I'm
because I know you do come from a strong family foundation.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I was just wondering how that affected you, or how you maneuvered through that, and then how you and where you are now.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, I grew up with both my parents that loved each other. They were married for over Jesus. Yeah,
a lot of
years, and so that I always want that. I always want to be in a healthy relationship. I want to be married. I want to have kids. You know what I mean? I'm behind the curve right now, man. I'm older, and I ain't got no kids
you
yet.
Feeling it.
God, but we working on it. God's gonna do it.
God's gonna do it.
Yes, he is. You know what I mean? But no, but like
he's an eligible bachelor, I think.
Yeah,
or something,
low key,
or maybe
low key. I got a little situation. I ain't
eligible as in, but he's that guy.
Yeah,
this is who you would want to. Yeah, that.
Hopefully things work out. You feel me? But no, I plan to get married again. I do want to get married again, and start a family. So.
And as we wrap up, what's next for you?
Well, right now I'm also doing. I started the Hair Unit Network, where I teach. Well, of course I'm doing the classes. I'm on a tour right now, but so I have barbers and stylists all over the world right now that I've trained, and so now we're doing like referral systems. I'm kind of doing like a franchise type of thing,
nice.
Where I send them clients that have like locations different places, and send them clients. Because right now, me being on Rachel Ray, being on ESPN and Essence and Black Enterprise, all that stuff, it's created another.
A whole nother demographic.
Yeah.
Clientele,
and so now people are like, man, do you have somebody that you train in my area, somebody in my state, in my country, different things like that. So now having to outsource and I can't do everybody's hair. You know what I mean?
How can people contact or get in on this network?
Go to the hairunitnetwork.com, or you can go to wadethebarber.com, and it'll be a link there. You can just sign up. Now, you have had to take one of my classes first. Now, if you have not taken one of my classes...
He ain't just sending y'all out there.
Yeah, no. You have to take my class first, and you can also sign up on my website to take the class. You can do online, or you can do the live class. And then after that, then you're eligible to apply to the network.
And his book.
Yeah. Get the book, man. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, it's WadeTheBarber.com, WadeMenendez.com. Either way, I got a bunch of websites. You find me. Google. You know what I'm saying? You find
bunch of websites.
Hey, listen. For everything I got going on, it's a different website. But it all
are you still doing real estate too?
No, I don't do real estate no more.
That's a lot of work.
Listen,
baby.
It's too much. It's too much.
You think you got great hair? No,
Listen,
okay, good.
No. Yeah, I had to let that go. I'll let that go.
I love it. Yeah. Well, he has built an empire, let me just say.
My God.
So this is somebody that you want your children, your young people to be able to look at and see a story of redemption, and see that they too can achieve and succeed beyond where they are. I always say we live in a hopeless time, in a hopeless generation, and that's why people are reacting the way that they are. But as you can hear from Wade, he's gone through, he's been through, and he's come out on the other side, and he's found a way to make it work for him. I admonish everybody to support this young man and all he's doing. God's hand is on his life, favor is on his life, and he rocking and rolling, killing the game.
Man.
And we thank you so much for sitting down with Miss Ericka J and NTV.
My pleasure. You already know. All right? For sure.